What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll wait like 2 more minutes to get people, let people roll in. And we'll get started. All right. Let's start the journey. Now, hope you guys are having a good morning so far. Right now, we have a lot going on. We have VVPR coming out from yesterday. So yesterday we had VVPR on, obviously, going crazy. We had news yesterday, and today we are now running again. And before this run happened at 7:05, before the scanner in the Discord caught it, right before the scanner, I mentioned, hey, VVPR is creeping up, worth watching. And then I said at 6:40 that it's going to go to 7+. And that's exactly what happened. I'm going to show you guys why I saw it on my scanner earlier, why I liked it, and then we'll kind of make a plan from there. So VVPR is going to be the first one that we go over. Now, basically, one thing that I do like about this is this little gap right here, right? Right, this little gap right here. Now, we didn't completely come down and fill this candle and left some liquidity here before making this move up. So this was you could say technically a premature breakout. Now, maybe not necessarily premature, right? It got a nice move based off volume declining, but there's still some leftover liquidity here. Now, what I was watching was when I open Webull, I still have previous state runners open, right? So because I was trading those yesterday. So when I pull those up, I just kind of take a glance and see like, hey, what's looking okay? Is there anything that I might want to watch today that was running yesterday, right? That's kind of the thought process that I have. And I look at it for like a minute or two. I kind of scan. If I don't see anything, then I just move on to the current day runners. When I was looking at VVPR, I saw that, on the larger time frame that I saw this kind of gap here and that we were holding this level on the 1 hour from yesterday and starting to creep back up. Also, what I noticed was we had a downtrend break. Right, so after creeping back into a key level on a larger time frame, this is not the 5 or 10 minute, this is the 1 hour. So when you have a 1 hour time frame, that means obviously, it's more built in, right? It's a bigger thesis, better thesis. You can hold the trade longer for bigger picture trades, right? So that's kind of what I saw here on VVPR. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't made a pre-market plan yet, but I would be looking for probably down to like 7:15. These are just rough estimate lines. I want to see how we react against these lines. All right, so I'm going to flip these green because now they used to be resistance. We are now going to be support. So let's flip these. Now we're going to drop down to the smaller time frame, like the 5 minute. So on the 1 hour, you guys can see we have our key levels right here. Old resistance, old resistance. Now we're going to look to flip into support, right? So obviously, old resistance, new support, everyone knows that. Now, you guys can see that big buying pressure coming in and then pull back into this key level already and play out once. Massive move, right? So now this has become our new demand zone. This right here has just confirmed that, hey, our pre-market plan that we're making right now based off the 1 hour chart and this resistance flipping, this resistance flipping into support is valid. This is now valid, so we can drag this out. And this is valid right here now. So we're gonna kind of pull back. And there you go. So now what I'd be looking for is a pullback into this key level, probably down to like 7:10 into open, 7:15. Retest this level, see how we react. I'm not going to just buy it instantly. I'm going to wait for how we react, right? And then take entries based off of that. Now next one, KTRA. So we have news here as well, and this one has been running for the past like 2 weeks pretty often. So uh, we'll kind of make a plan here. I had some levels on Weibo that I was charting out. All right, so this is a very significant level right here. Now, simply you can see that we have the candle open, candle close here, right? Candle close, and then lower wick, meaning buyers are in this area. So next time it comes down to this area, it's not that the buyers just disappear. In fact, they actually clean up. They get a liquidity sweep right here. Right? We get a little liquidity sweep right here. You can see that, right? We stop people out and then head back up. Right? So that's kind of what we're looking for. What we're looking for the next trade is going to be actually a hold of this candle close, because we already got the liquidity sweep, right? We got the liquidity sweep. Now we want to see is breakout and retest into this candle candle close level, and then take a trade opportunity based off of that. So we'd be going like this, and then we'd be going like that. Probably like a sweep under. Something like that. All right, that's what we'd be looking for on KTRA. And if we drop down to the lower time frame, we can just kind of clean it up right here. Under there, probably hold this level right here. And boom, back up to like right here. That's what we'd be looking for. All right, so this level right here, 2157, is very significant, and that's what we're holding right now. So do keep eyes on that. You guys can see that when we had the lower wick, we sweeped here. All right, we grabbed liquidity, made that move up, had another lower wick, grab liquidity, sweeped again here. You guys can see that sweep again, make that move up. And one more potential thing that we could see is a sweep below this level once again, right? We've been seeing a trend of sweeps. We've been seeing liquidity grab here, all right, recover. Liquidity grab under this low, recover. So maybe we see another liquidity grab here under 20.8 before we make that recovery move to the upside, right? So 2157 and this 20.8 level is kind of our adding zone that we're looking at. So kind of be that area that, hey, this is what I'm interested in. All right. Now we even drop lower. You guys can see that our Q level 21.9 is holding up perfectly. And now making a move back up. Okay. Let's see what's next on the watch list. All right, so LGVC is something that we're watching as well. One thing that I was looking at in pre-market, right? So I was trying to scalp this in pre-market. I had HSDT, which I gave out on Twitter. So make sure you guys have notifications on my Twitter. I'm gonna be dropping some more educational content, and also every single morning I drop the most fire news that can make you money instantly, right? So yesterday, I posted a news play that went absolutely nuts. CXAI right as soon as CXAI dropped news, it was a Google agreement at 398. I posted the news. It dipped down just a little bit for an opportunity to buy the dip, and then went all the way to 6+, right? So you guys can see today, and you guys can see in the Discord, KTRA, we had the news drop in the Discord, and it worked out perfectly. But you guys can see that at 6:08 a.m. I mentioned the news here on Twitter, and you guys could just catch that and trade them perfectly. So what I was looking on LGVC while I was trading HSDT is this key level right here and this key level right here. All right. Now, why are these two key levels? Well, obviously, we have kind of a we have a candle that made a new high, right? So we dip down into this key level, low selling pressure, grab liquidity, and then boom, make that new high. So a little pullback into this level, right? We were kind of coming back slowly. We were coming back into here, right? This level that made the new high, also off of previous high day right there, right? So we have previous highs and then also new highs right here. So I was looking for that retest into here, right? And it didn't hold. Now, one thing that I would rather like to see on LGVC was a slow dip down, right? Rather a slow dip down. Instead of super aggressive like it was right here, I would want to see it kind of slowly come down, right? If it slowly comes down, like if it came down at like 740 at this time, then I'd be like, okay, I'm ready for reversal. But this was so aggressive and so quick to where it's like, okay, there's no buying pressure here. If buying pressure came in that quick, it's just no one's really holding this up anymore, right? The trend has completely flipped. It's now sellers. So we're going to come back to where we started. So that's why I was looking at it, because this is where the run started, right? And you guys can see exactly where the run started, $19. That's where we kind of held up. If we drop down to the smaller time frame, you guys can see $19 double bottom right here. 19 all the way moved to 22. So that made a massive move. And it's just holding these key levels. So we're going to be looking for entries on this stock. Now, something similar we were looking to the previous stock is the wick on KTRA, right? What we were looking for on KTRA is that wick and the candle close, right? So same thing on here, LGVC. It's the wick and the candle close. So the wick right now is holding, right? The wick, we grabbed some liquidity below that wick, and now we're holding. Now what we need to hold is this candle open. Once we can kind of hold that candle open, now this is going to flip into resistance. Let me turn that red. Now, if we can reclaim this and hold this candle open level, which we have been doing, I think into open, this is what we see. Let me switch this stupid arrow. All right. I think we come down sort of into this level, right? We open here. We open above this level. We trap shorts, or we trap whatever longs right now, right? It's a bull trap. So we're gonna stop out every single retail trader, right? And then if we reclaim this level again, I would look for on the third candle, pull back, and boom. All right, so this is not gonna happen on the larger time frame. I'm more so looking for this on the smaller time frame. All right. Smaller time frame play where it's into open, I'm looking for a dip, probably on the 2 or 3 minute dip down, come down to 19, whatever, shake some people out below this low 19.5, grab liquidity, pull back up. I want to see it hold 20s, pull back into this key level, which is the candle open again, and then make that move back up to probably like 22s and then 24s. All right, does that make sense? Kind of a clear plan there where we stop out longs, grab liquidity, and then make that move up. Now, ABIO does have news here, but I'm not a fan of this, right? Horrible open. You know, we gapped up. I don't really like gap up plays. If we gap up, it's just like, it's so many sellers are just sitting up here. It's like, oh my, let's take a look. Let me kind of express it right here. You guys can see all this is sellers. All that right there is sellers. We have so many sellers right here. We have a little gap right here. No liquidity sweep, no liquidity touch right here. So any pop into this is going to be come down. All right, let's try to visualize that. You guys can see that there's a gap here, right? There's no wick on this candle that kind of grabs liquidity and then boom, comes down. So there's leftover liquidity in this right here. There's buyers trapped, sellers leftover liquidity. So any pop to the upside it's just gonna be, hey, we're coming all the way back down. That's what I'm thinking. Let's kind of look at that bigger picture. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. One thing that we could see is grab liquidity below low of day, right? Grab liquidity below low of day, and then maybe set up. But it's just, I'm not a fan of these gap up plays, so I'm really gonna avoid it, and I'm really gonna be a fan for this thing to trap longs, pull all the way back down, and then let the volume rotate into one of the plays that I'm in, and then let all the people who kind of chase this play come into my play and pump it up for me. That makes sense? Let the volume rotation come in. So that's what I'd be looking. That's the only reason why I'd be watching it, to see when volume's going to rotate. ASXC. We just hit the scanner. Okay, now we broke out. Not much volume, not much to go based off of right now. But we did break out. Simple market structure here right now. We want to see previous highs hold, make a little base, and send it back up, right? This is just clear uptrend right now. Pull back and then into new highs, just kind of continue that trend. Right, that's kind of what we want to just, right there. That's kind of what we want to see. All right. We went over VVPR. We went over KTRA, LGVC, ABIO. I'm not a fan of other too much. You know, I'm not a. That's kind of it. AIH has been on the scanner since pre-market. I want to check that out. Nope, not a fan. 2 beat down, not much volume. Not a fan. VNDA. All right, this one looks okay. I think this one is just so choppy. It's just in a range, right? So it's like, if we just check out the range here, right? We have this bottom and this top range. It's just a range trade. So now that it broke below the range, what we would be looking for is a little bit deeper pullback, and then short opportunities for, if any of you guys are shorts here, you would look for a pullback into open, crack below lows, or just double bottom. Double bottom would be good because then target liquidity. All right, and then boom. That would be a short trade for me. I don't short personally, and I'm not gonna be shorting, but that is kind of what my plan would be. All right, so HSDT is setting up off of our levels pretty nicely that we went over. All right, so wait, did I go over HSDT here? That's what I'm looking for in HSDT. Oh, I did not go over HSDT. Did I go over HSDT yet? I don't think I did. All right, I didn't yet. Okay, my bad. All right, so let's check out HSDT. This is one of my top watches. This is what I was mentioning in the Discord right before I went on live. This is exactly what I said, just so you guys kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So 7:36, I went live 10 minutes after this. So at 7:36, I mentioned that I'm watching for reversal in a few minutes. Room down to 695, but we're looking good here. All right. So this is to be exact, it was 688. But what I'm looking for here is a level off the 4 hours. So my thing here is that I got this level from Webull. It's not too clear on trading view. That's why I don't like it that much. But anyway, 688 is, we could say okay, so it was previous highs, but also it was this candle on Webull that actually opened right here. It was this candle that opened right here. So I'm looking for a candle open and also a flip right here. And then that's where I got my 688 level from. So I'm looking for a downtrend breakout now on HSDT. This is my buy zone. I'm looking for a pull breakout and then pull back into 715 for a move back up to 790s. This is one of my top watches today. All right, go here. Some type of pullback. And then send it all the way back up. I think right there. That would be like final PT. All right, that's what we have here. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to every single person in here? Let me know if that makes sense. Say yes in the YouTube chat or in premium chat if that makes sense. If everything that we just went over makes sense. All right. All right, so one thing to note on HSDT, our buddy, our pro trader here in chat just said that HSDT is a known fader. So he's looking out for me. So I'll be keeping that in the back of my mind now, and I'll make sure that I do have that in my mind before I take a trade, whatever happens. But it's good to know that it is a known fader. So we will be a little more cautious about it, but still going to be on watch for the plan to play out. Known fader means that every single time the stock runs in pre-market, it knives down into open. So I haven't used the circle tool before. Anyway, like right there. All right. Every time it popped there, fade. Pop here, fade. Pop here, fade. Right, make sense? Pop, fade, pop, fade, pop, fade, pop, fade. All this selling pressure. Boom, seller, seller, seller. So appreciate that insight, JD. Now, I hope everything makes sense, and I hope the pre-market plan makes sense. I hope you guys are learning from these. Remember that I am live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have a 7-day trial right now going for premium. So I'll send a link here on Twitter and in Discord. Turn on notifications throughout the day so you guys can see that. I'll post it in a little bit. I will be now going live on Twitter. On Discord. So you guys can join that 7-day free trial. Link is in the Twitter bio or the Discord bio. So you guys can check that out. Join live trading with me. Turn on notifications so you guys can get the news updates that I'm sending here on Twitter. You guys can get all the education posts that I'm going to be posting out. And that we can keep killing it together. So I will see you guys on Friday. Best of luck trading, and I will see you guys in live premium in just a few minutes. Peace.